Well, it's very interesting because I joined Rotary right about a couple of months after Brenda Erickson joined. She joined in January of 2006, and I joined in March of 2006. And very soon after I joined, she took me to the parking lot and opened up her trunk. And in that trunk were these wooden letters. And that was the beginning of Souns. What did I know?
The child is a three-dimensional creature, and their hand reaches out at 4 to 5 months, and that hand is meant to do something. It feeds the brain. It experiences rough and smooth and hot and cold, and that's how they learn. They hold things in their hand, they feel them, and that feeds the brain. So that's why this is different. This is actually an object in their hand that goes on their arm and on their feet and on their nose and on their head. And that's, I think, the difference. The main difference in the program, it is letter sound only. So this is a grapheme, and the phoneme for this in this country, in the United States, is ah. In the rest of the world, including South Africa, which is where we're going soon, it's o. And that's the only piece of information that needs to go with this letter for a young child.
The contact started in 2011 when I first received communication from our district governor that was our club interested in running a literacy project for early childhood development. And there was a lady by the name of Brenda Erickson who was interested in setting up a project within South Africa. Being president at the time, one receives lots of communications, and you groan a bit when you get these things. But it didn't take me long to get from the groaning phase to realizing this was something important and valuable and something that the club would very much like to get involved in.
We do it together, so it's so simple. And so I think maybe I don't even really remember how I introduced you, but we had the bag of Souns, and we just started, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was last year.
Yeah, it was last year. As we were saying, actually I don't remember, but what I knew is that I wasn't aware what to do with the bag. To me, it was like bones.
Yes.
I didn't even notice that they are sounds or alphabet or anything. Do you see that? Yes. So with the help of Marcia, there is also a chart where I have to write their names, even that to identify, oh, somebody has done this sound today and has progressed. Yes.
There was this naughty boy who was in my class, and then that child was so naughty. And then I just say, let me just punish this child. But I didn't beat that child. I just take a bowl, put the sound inside the bowl, put water, put soap, and then I said, I am punishing this child to wash the sound. But it turned out that I am not punishing this child. This child is learning something from the sound. Because when he was touching the sound, he was taking one and said, ma'am, what's this? Then I said, let me just answer and just get out of that child. I said, it's an O. Then I just continue. I said, can you borrow me your cookie? Then I said, to do what? I said, I want to write O on the board. Because every day we used to write. Then he take that O, put it on the chalkboard and trace that O. Then he was singing, oh, oh, oh. He said, no, ma'am, this is not an O, it's a circle. Then I said, yes, it's a circle, but that one is an O. He said, no, ma'am, you are wrong. This one is a circle. Then I said, my child, it's an O. Then he said, can you please come, ma'am, and show me this? Then I said, I'm not going to show you this. You are going to show me this. Then he washed and washed. He said, yes, ma'am, I found this. Then I said, where is this? He said, here is it. And then he put it upside down like this. Then I said, I turn it like this. He turned this. And he said, can I write the C on a chalkboard? Then I said, "No, yes, you can. Take the cookie and write this." Then he said, no, ma'am, but this, it looks like a snake. Then I said, it's not a snake, it's because a snake, the name snake, it starts with S. That's why we said it's. Then he said, oh, ma'am, I can see. Now I'm going to show my mother. And then the mother, on the following week, she came and she said, you know what? You are teaching our kids to be so naughty. Because my fridge, the toilet, everywhere is just all ends. All ends. Then I said, yes, we've got it.
Very good. He said, cross up.
Tata tat moto tat sbat fagat la tata foot moto hey faka la eceleni ngathi moto yes moto